Homework 2.8, Distance, Midpoint, and Circles, Video 3. Homework due Friday, May 22nd, 2020 at 11:59 p.m. The next video covers content from homework questions 5, 6, 7, and 8 in Homework 2.8. In the previous two videos, we discussed how to calculate the distance between 2 points if we know the point's coordinates. It was basically the Pythagorean theorem in disguise. In this video, we're going to discuss how to find the midpoint between 2 points. Now, what do I mean by midpoint? For example, 11,8 and 19,-10. If we were to locate those on a coordinate plane, over 11 up 8 is about here somewhere, clearly not drawn to scale, I just threw the number out there. And 19,-10 is further to the right and down here somewhere. What we're asking for is if we were to connect those, what are the coordinates of the point in the middle, which is around here somewhere. Now, it's not drawn to scale, but I'm going to guess that the x is positive and the y is negative. Well, I know the x is positive, it's clearly over there somewhere. Whether or not the y is negative depends upon how accurately I drew this. It's negative, you'll see. So how do we find the midpoint? Well, I could take you down a path of discovery, but I've been here a long time today, so I'm just going to tell you the formula. Here's a generic picture. The midpoint between x1, y1 and x2, y2, the point in the middle of the segment connecting them. The idea is simple. The x is the average of the x's, and the y is the average of the y's. And how do you average two numbers? For example, how do you average x1 and x2? You add them and divide by 2. And the same thing for the y's. You average them by adding the two y's and dividing by 2. So you can actually remember this more as an idea than a formula. The midpoint is just the average point, the average of the x's, the average of the y's. So to get the midpoint here is pretty straightforward. All we have to do is set up averaging two numbers for the x and two numbers for the y. Our x's are 11 and 19, so we will average those. And our y values are 8 and -10, so we'll average those. Let's do the addition first. In the x coordinate, 11 plus 19 is 30. And in the y-coordinate, 8 plus -10 is -2. So if we divide both of those by 2, we get 15, -1, and it was indeed below the x-axis. That's really all there is to midpoint. About the only thing that could go wrong is you might have fractions or decimals, but assuming you know how to do arithmetic, and being in this class, I assume that you have that as a prerequisite skill, these problems should be pretty straightforward. So not a whole lot to look at here. Hooray for easy. This may be the shortest video I've ever made in a series.